Hey everybody, Highline ADV back again. Have a beautiful sunny day today and decided to do a little bit of wrenching on the bike. I picked up one of these WonVon 5-inch CarPlay Android Auto touchscreen systems off of Amazon, and it was cheap. It was really cheap. I don't know how it'll hold up, but I went out and installed that, and while I was at it, I reconnected the heated grips that came with my bike. They work. They're awesome, but they were disconnected. Um, so I am not much for electrical work. I hate it. I was an electrician for a little bit of time doing houses and construction stuff, and that burned me out on electrical work. I don't want to do any more, and I sure as heck don't want to do it on a vehicle. I hate messing with wiring on cars, bikes, whatever. It drives me insane. But this seemed pretty straightforward. You just got to run a wire, hook it into the negative, hook it into the accessory circuit. Not a huge deal. So that's what I did, and it was just that simple. I had to pull a couple of panels off the side of the bike, just some trim so I could run my cable under the fairings and out of the way instead of just dangling it like I have seen so many times. So I did that. It was a little bit tricky. Shout out to the LTT store screwdriver. I freaking love that thing. It's amazing. If you want a really good screwdriver, go get one. They're awesome. But had to pull a couple of panels. Not a big deal. Got my wires run. I replaced an old RAM X mount phone holder with this thing because I really don't want my phone on my handlebars. I don't like it. It skews me out. Even I know the X mount will hold it. I know it'll hold it. I just don't like it. So that came off, but I kept the ball mount because it's attached into the handguard mount on that left side. So I kept the RAM ball mount, and I mounted this little WonVon screen to that, which wasn't a huge deal. It fits. It's the same size ball. It's a standard ball, but the one on the touchscreen unit is all plastic, and it is not detachable. At best, it is cheap. We'll see how it holds up. It might hold up great. It might not, but it's a $50 experiment. It could be great, could be terrible. I don't know. Initial impressions, it works good. I took it for a little ride around the block after I got it running. It works good. It's touchable. It's legible even in the bright sunlight. Because when I did that, it was noon, high noon, little after actually, closer to 1 o'clock, and not a problem. I could read it just fine. I haven't tried connecting it in through like a headset or anything like that yet. But it's supposed to be able to do that and give you music control and standard Android Auto stuff because I am running Android. I have a Samsung. Um, I don't do Apple phones. I don't like them. They're weird. That's a discussion for another day. But yeah, and you can see here I've got some I'm twisting some wires together and just mounting them into the accessory fuse, the ignition fuse under the seat. Um, it's fused. That's all there really is to that. So what I did is I had the positive for the heated grips and the positive for the touchscreen that needed to go in there together. So I cut a little jumper, used a solder seal heat shrink connector between the jumper and the two red wires for the grips and the screen, and then put the other end of that jumper in with the fuse. I've been doing it on stuff for years. It's never been an issue. I've never once popped a fuse because of it or started a fire or anything ridiculous. Um, so yeah, it works. I just twisted them together, shoved them in the solder seal, shoved the other one in the other end of the solder seal, took a torch, melted it out. It's a strong, solid, waterproof connection. Works great. I love those little solder seal connectors. They're awesome. They work better if you have a heat gun, but a lighter will do in a pinch, and I think I've only ever burned one of them. Um, so yeah, that's in there, and zip ties for days. I tidied up as many of the cables on this bike as I could. There's a few that are just kind of floating. I did my best to tidy those up, and everything's neat and good to go. The screen powers on with the key. The heated grips power on with the key. If I turn them on, they will only turn on if the key to the bike is turned on. They're in the ignition circuit now. Turn the key, the CarPlay unit powers up with the bike, and it takes about 30 seconds to connect to my phone, which is, the about the amount of time I would spend putting on a helmet and gloves anyways. So I'm not worried about that. The screen is responsive. I might change the mounting position. I might move it. I might put it down in the center. I might put it somewhere else, because it does block a little bit of my speedometer, but I can, just kind of move my head and see what that shows. But also GPS speed on the little thingy. So overall, as far as difficulty, I would give this like a 3. It's really easy to install. It took me maybe half an hour, and that was with pulling all the fairings off and doing the grips and tidying up all the wiring and all of that. So, if you're looking at one of these, you don't know if you want one, you don't know if you like it, you don't know if it's for you, one of these cheap units is probably a great option. And more than likely, if you hate it, you can sell it for what you paid for it in a couple of months. Check it out. I will come back with a better review later on the WonVon after I've had some time to ride with it and get a hang of it and live with it for a hot minute. And we'll take a look at it more then. Thank you for watching. I know that I am definitely the little guy and the new guy. And everybody that's watching, I really appreciate you being here. If you could hit a like and a sub, it would help me get to more people, and it lets me know that you're here. So if you're willing to do that, I would appreciate it. If not, that's okay too. If you like this video, hit the like. If you don't like this video, hit the dislike. That's going to be it for today, guys. I will catch you next time.